talk about the final play where you scored to go ahead?
When we got in the timeout, Coach drew up a play for Dinos to come set a fake rush screen and for Devin to clean it up, and he just told me to get to the hole, and that's what I did.
Can't give away our plays, though.
Second, third row.
Now this is for Devin. You guys obviously got a lot of points in the paint. You were able to get drives to the lane repeatedly, and you were able to score on Thomas Bryant. Why did you guys feel that would work, and why do you think it did work so well throughout the game?
Just the offense we have. If we're patient and we trust the offense, we can get any shot that we want in our offense. I think in the beginning of the second half, I think we were patient in our offense, and I think we got a little bit too fast. And that's how they got their fast break points and pulled away in a little bit. But we settled down, kept being aggressive, driving to the hole. If we weren't finishing our layups, Dino's, a lot of our bigs were cleaning it up. And I think that's how we got ourselves back in the game and pulled it out in the end.
Back row on the right side.
This question is for all three of you. Talk about Dinos' contributions in the first half and how it kind of gave the team overall confidence.
Well, you know, Dino's for us, last year he was one of our better three-point shooters. And he's the true definition of a stretch four. A post guy that can step out on the floor and make jump shots. And tonight, you know, he carried us in that first half. He didn't score in the second half, but the work that he put in the first half and having his presence out there on the court, you know, the defense has to account for him, which opens up more driving lanes. You know, Indiana does a really good job of keeping the ball out of the paint. And, you know, we had some really good ball movement plays later on in the second half where we were able to get into the paint and score. But, you know, for us, we want to play inside out, and that's something we work on each and every day. And, you know, this afternoon it worked for us.
Thanks, Coach. Let's stick to player questions now, and after we're done with the players, we'll have open the floor for questions for Coach. Brian in front.
I think you guys have had strong rebounding games in pretty much every game so far this year. How much do you feel like that's part of your team identity, and how much did it play into the win tonight?
We stress that a lot in our philosophy, the coach's philosophy, trying to win the rebound war, trying to win fast break, second chance, a lot of those little details. Dinos does a great job rebounding. JC does a great job rebounding. I think our guards do a great job rebounding, and it's a team effort, and I think that's why we're so successful at rebounding.
Thanks, Devin. Second row on the right side.
Devin, talk a little bit about the last play that Indiana had with 3.2 seconds. They kind of went for broke and went for that touchdown pass. Did that play kind of surprise you at the end, trailing only by 2 points?
Not really. Like you said, they had 3 seconds to get the ball up. We kind of played back, expected it. Luckily, number 30 for Indiana kind of threw it in my area. I didn't do a good job of catching the ball. It got knocked out of my hand, but thank Jesus that John Collins was there to save me and make me look good at the end.
Third row.
This is for Bryant. Could you give me your thoughts on the way Devin played, and particularly his ability to drive against Thomas Bryant and how he was front court tonight?
I mean, like Devin said, we were trying to work inside out, and early on things weren't falling for all of us, but Devin always brings energy, and when I started to realize how he was kind of dominating the paint, I told him nobody can stop you in there, and I kept going into him, and he was going in there strong, finishing like he normally does.
Rob.
You guys had 50 points in the first half. You're shooting lights out, I think 58 and 59%. And then in the second half, it started slowly. I think you had like 19 or 20 points through the first 15 minutes. What was the difference? What were they doing? Anything different? What was the difference in that first part of the second half?
Like I said earlier, we just weren't trusting the offense. We were rushing things. You know, one pass, one shot, or just coming down, shooting the ball, turn the ball over, just little things like that. We settled down the last 8-9 minutes of the game, trusted the offense. Coach did a great job of putting us in situations to be successful and score. And we just came together and got the stops that we needed at the end. And it just feels good.
Thanks, Devin. Any other questions for the players? All right, we'll let the players get back to the locker room. Thank you, guys. Now we will open it up to questions for Coach Manning. Brian, front row.
Coach, you guys making your Maui debut today. Just what kind of overall impression do you feel like you made in your first trip out here?
Well, I think whenever you have the opportunity to come to a tournament like this, I think basketball-wise, it's always a great experience. You know, you're always going to play quality opponents in record fashion in terms of 3 games in 3 days. So you have to prepare for that. And you know, for us, we want to come out and we want to work hard. You know, this is the second year that we've been together as a group, and we want to continue to build and try to get better with each practice and each game. And you know, Indiana's a very, very good basketball team. And, we all know that. And you know, they probably miss some shots they normally make, but you know, when they get the ball out in transition, I think the backcourt is one of the better backcourts in the country, to be honest with you. I think Yogi's terrific, Blackman's really, really good. And Troy put so much pressure on you with that dribble penetration and getting into the paint. And then they've got shooters around and they share the basketball. So, you know, that's a talented team. But for us, you know, we won our first game. And, you know, we get to advance on the championship side of the bracket. That's what it means. And, you know, we got to get ready to play another tough team tomorrow. And, you know, go from there. There's not a lot of time for celebrating, to be honest with you. We told the guys, great win, way to fight, way to grind it out, way to be gritty, enjoy it for the short ride to our hotel. And then once we hit the hotel property, we got to start thinking about tomorrow.
Back row on the right, and then third row.
Coach, turnover seemed to be the Achilles heel of your squad. It didn't seem to really hurt you as much, although you did have 17, they had 14. Can you talk about handling the ball, the turnover situation overall, and how it did? Although there are a lot, it didn't really hurt your club tonight, or today.
That's your opinion. I think it hurt us a lot. You know, we turned the ball over enough for them to score 19 points off our turnovers, and that number has to go down. You know, we're throwing a lot at our freshman point guard, Bryant, Crawford, and you know, he made a big shot for us down the stretch. But you know, he also has to do a better job of securing the basketball and making easy plays throughout the course of the ball game. So, you know, for us, we can't go out and try to make home run plays. We just have to make, you know, we use the analogy baseball a lot. You know, we want to get a single, we want to get hit by a pitch, we want to steal a base. We're not up there trying to swing for the fences. That's not who we are. You know, we want a series of good, easy plays, which makes a great series. And, you know, we're far from that, but we were a little bit better tonight at certain stretches during the game.
Third row on the right.
Coach, you guys obviously got a lot of points in the paint, but a lot of them came on drives. Why do you think that was successful, and was it clearly part of your plan really to go at Thomas Bryant and those guys?
Well, you know, we're going to go at whoever we play. That's our mindset. That's Indiana's mindset. That's all basketball teams in the country's mindset. And, you know, tonight things just worked out for us down the stretch. I think Devin Thomas does a really good job of catching the basketball and putting pressure on his defender when he's attacking the rim. And he was able to do that some. Our guards were able to turn the corner and get into the paint. And I thought we did a really good job of keeping balls alive for offensive second chance points. You know, that's a category that we stress day in and day out. Second chance opportunities. We want to score points in the paint. We want to get out and score points in the fast break setting, because it's very hard to score against any team once they have their half-court defense set.
Jim in the back.
Danny, last year you had so many close games against top 10 teams, and you were right there. How much did that help you win a game like today?
Well, hopefully, I think it had some type of impact on our guys, especially the guys that have been in our program for a while. You know, it does you no good to have a moral victory, so to say. You know, so being able to, for us, break through in the situations that we were in last year and come out on top, hopefully will give us some more confidence in what we're doing and help us down the road. This is a game this is like an ACC regular season game. Indiana is one of the best teams in the country, and for us to get the win in the fashion that we did, having to grind it out late and guys had to make plays, that's something that we can lean on down the stretch in ACC play.
We'll take one final question for Coach. Rob.
Coach, can you just talk about the final play, what you guys talked about in the timeout, what was the idea for Bryant to get to the basket or whatever the plan was?
Well, we had Bryant bringing the ball up the court, and Dino shot the ball exceptionally well in the first half, so we had him come up and set kind of a brush pick, kind of slip out of a ball screen, if you will, and we had DT clean it up. And end of a ball game like that, most of the time, Dino's man is going to stay attached to him. And DT was able to get a good pick on Bryant's man, and Bryant was able to turn the corner and get to the rim and finish. It was a great play by Bryant to get in there and find the seam and score. But that was kind of the look that we were going for, and we're fortunate enough for it to work.
Congratulations, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.